and welcome to the Witherspoon Insurance post-game show, pre-game show, sorry. It's been a while since I've actually, maybe if I turn myself on, people would understand what I was saying. Welcome to the Witherspoon Insurance pre-game show. It's the first time I'm actually hosting it or actually introducing the guys. We have Kevin Hastings, Dennis Davis, and Shannon Allen.
Are you sure? What do you mean the first time you've done that?
I've actually never introduced
first time
the
this year,
pregame show.
You didn't do that last week?
No.
What'd you do? Just sitting there and stare at me?
Pretty much.
Okay, well, welcome to the Witherspoon Insurance of Shelby, North Carolina football pregame show. I'm Kevin Hastings along with Dennis Davis and Shannon Allen. It's rivalry week, week 2 of pool play in Cleveland County. One team will be eliminated from the championship. One team will be 2-0, Shannon. We'll talk about all that later. We've got a bunch of matchups across the board. 5 broadcasts tonight. 1 of those live on video, live audio in Lincoln County on YouTube. Waggy, we've got you covered up at East Rutherford tonight. McDowell and East Rutherford. Then we've got Shelby and Crest on WOHS tonight, 101.5 FM, 1390 AM. Cherville tonight goes down to Blacksburg. Danny and Matt will be down there. Zach will be bringing us highlights from that game. He's going down his first time to see the Blacksburg Wildcats. And then, let's see, in Lincoln County, we've got Fred T. Ford and West Lincoln guys, the Battle of Hog Hill. You ready for that? I don't have a Ford helmet. I'd have those two sitting on the front here, too, on our front table. So if Ford people want to donate a Ford helmet, go ahead and send me one. I only know one guy that went to Ford, so I don't know if he's got an extra helmet. But say hello to Jeremy. Saw him the other day. One of our friends did. But anyway, West Lincoln and Fred T. Ford will be the Lincoln County Game of the Week. David Potter and Jason Stain will have that up at West Lincoln. Rebels 2-0 on the season, looking to start off 3-0, and looking at their season, Dennis looking to have another maybe 10-win season up in Vail. We'll see how that goes. And then tonight, of course, the big game, Burns Bulldogs and the Kings Mountain Mountaineers, the big game of the night. Both these teams have already won in Cleveland County, and they're going tonight. One of them's going to be 2-0. The other will be 1-1, of course. And that game is live on YouTube with Tom Sinafani, Matt Royster. Yeah, Trent Marty's getting that set up for us. Thanks, Trent, over there in Kings Mountain area. And so for everything for all those guys do, getting everything set up and rocking. And we're going to have the Red Zone channel, of course, Dennis. And here in a second, we're going to go over some of last week's highlights. And I know you and Shannon's excited about some of that. Some of Shannon's shots are in that, so we'll see that as well. So, Shannon, good to see you. How's your week been? Good. Ready for some football tonight, guys?
Well, the one thing is September 2nd today, right?
Right.
3rd, September
all day
2nd.
long and half the night.
So
Yes.
the problem with that is, for me, this is already week 3. It's just first day or second day of September. That's crazy to me right there, but it is what it is. Oh, yeah, hope you are. Hope you're doing real well.
Oh, yeah.
Well, good seeing you, fellas. First of all, we've got top 10 to talk about. We've got highlights. We've got the scores from last week, which I'm going to read, and then Shannon's going to bow his head in shame at the bad picks.
Oh, no. Shannon, you don't have anything to be sorry about.
No.
Just call it like you see it, buddy.
Yeah.
So I made sure I highlight. We talked about them all morning Saturday, Shannon. So
Well, you can't beat the rest.
You get bashful about it now. Don't worry about it. It's already all over YouTube.
You can't beat the rest. So.
All right, Shannon, here's the scores last week. Burns beat Crest 35-12. Kings Mountain 24-0 over Asheville. AC Reynolds 45-21 over Shelby. Tuscola 56-14 over East Rutherford. And Chase 57-15 over Owen. Pine Lake Prep 21-0 over Jefferson. Hickory Grove 55-22 over Highland Tech. Bunker Hill 33-12 over St. Stephen's. Bandy's 24-15 over Ford. Newton Conner 44-8 over West Iredale. 42-0 Lake Norman over North Iredale. Watauga wins 23-19 over Maiden. And RS Central 36-7 over West Caldwell. Freedom 33-20 over East Burke. Hickory 53-27 over South Caldwell. Hendersonville 34-20 over, West Henderson 34-20 over Hendersonville. South Iredale 29-13 over Statesville. Drawn 46-15 over Patton. Christ School 39-7 over Polk County. East Lincoln 53-0 over Forest View. Lincoln and 20-17 over North Lincoln. Alexander Central 17-8 over North Gaston. South Point 48-6 over East Gaston. Kramer 48-28 shootout in Bessemer City. Hunter Huss won 49-42. That's not posted for the folks watching online on YouTube. And 12-0 Robertson over Ashbrook. 48-0 West Lincoln over Cherville. If you are listening to the radio, folks, go to YouTube and you can watch us live. Let's see. Here. We're on this big camera up here, guys. Wave it to big cam. Wave it to big cam. And then here's our close-ups for you folks. Stop! Watch your eyes for the folks. Dennis, just think, there are actually some people watching us, including Shannon, right now on a 70-inch high-def television in their living room. Say hi to the lady, Shannon.
Get that. Hey, I want to say something though.
Yeah.
What was that Lake Norman North Iredale score last week?
According to my thing I'm looking at, let's see, 42-0 Lake Norman.
Nailed it. You don't want to talk about that pick. I got that one.
Oh, you got that one
I nailed
right.
that one against the wall. And then I will say this, Skip Allen, I texted him last week too about the Shelby Crest score, and I texted him on Thursday the right score, the final score. But we won't talk about that. But right here, 42-0. So
okay,
put that in your pipe and smoke
all right,
it.
well,
there,
you got to
Chief.
talk about it. So now let's talk about the big ones you missed. Have a little fun. Which was the ones you were off on, Shannon? I don't have the sheet in front of me, so you got to be.
I was the first one, Shelby and AC. AC Reynolds is loaded. They got a sophomore running back, had 300 something. When was the last time?
So Max Guest.
Yeah, when was the last time somebody ran 300 yards on Shelby's defense?
Rico Dowdle. He's now playing for the Dallas Cowboys.
That's right. Dowdle did. That's right.
He's now the third string running back for the Cowboys.
He did as a senior, though. This guy's a sophomore.
Yeah.
That's what was insane. So Miss Atwood, Miss
We're going to
Ashbrook,
see some of his highlights in a minute.
Miss Ashbrook and Green Wave over Roberson. I said Ashbrook won 49-10.
Yeah, I was about to say the scores that you said. That's why they were pointed out.
High Brighton and Hunter Huss, I said High Brighton will win 28-7. Destroyed that one. South Iredale, I had them losing to Statesville 28-21. Hendersonville, I had them beating the brakes off West Henderson 49-7. It was reversed. Hickory, I had them losing to South Caldwell 28-14, and I had East Burke defeating Coach On up at Freedom 28-21.
You got bad there in the corner. What happened? Did you get lazy,
I guess
tired?
time to go.
Shannon,
Quit the coin quit working. You were flipping.
Yeah.
we're like weather forecasters. Nobody remembers when you get it right.
Oh, that's right.
Right.
That's right.
That's why we're pointing out the wrongness right now.
But I got Lake Norman 42-0.
You got to understand, Shannon. On Saturdays, I make the rest of them watch videos that are bad picks on Saturdays. So you're lucky I haven't put you up here yet. I've got to remember to do that in the future. But your bad picks. Anyway, let's before we get started here doing our predictions and stuff, let's look at some highlights from last week. We're going to start over at Chase, where they won 57-15. Now all the scores weren't captured per se in this one, but he did the best he can. We'll see if I can hit all the right buttons here, JP.
I don't want to scare any Shelby people, but this could be the year down the road, because they're not in the conference, that Shelby and Chase play. And it could not turn out as it has in the past.
I tell you what, real quick, why don't you guys read tonight's games? Let me pull that up on the scoreboard, and I got to run down the hall real quick and take care of one piece of business. So go down tonight's scores, and I'll be right back for 2 seconds.
We're just going to give the game. Shannon, which side you want, right or left?
I'll do right. Go ahead and take the left. You can start with do that left column.
Well, that first game up at the top, Burns, Bulldogs, Crest, Chargers. That was last week.
That's right. We don't have the new one.
We don't have a new one, Kevin.
Yeah,
it's
up
on
here.
the board.
It's on the
up there.
board. Okay.
So Burns and Kings Mountain. That's a little bit more reasonable since they played Crest last week. Shelby and Crest, however, are engaged in the arch rival battle tonight. Cherville has gone down to Blacksburg. I hope Danny Parker got to stop at Kelly's Steakhouse, at least get something for his trouble. North Lincoln Knights, and I can't read that.
That's Northwest Cabarrus.
Northwest Cabarrus. You got Fred T. Ford Tigers against the West Lincoln Rebels. That'll make Terry Reinhardt happy. You've got the East Lincoln Mustangs against the Lincoln and Wolves. Now, that'll be a slobber knocker. Yeah. I think we'll get into predictions later. But then you got the McDowell Titans going down to Forest City, and taking on the East Rutherford Cavaliers. You got the Chase Trojans playing the North Gaston Wildcats. I'll comment later about that one. RS Central is taking on South Point tonight. Thomas Jefferson and Shannon, can you see who that is they're playing?
Community School of Davidson.
Community School of Davidson. You've got the Highland Tech Rams versus the Carver Yellow Jackets. You've got the I can't read that.
Okay.
I'm old, man. You got the St. Stephen's Indians playing the Maiden Blue Devils. You got the West Caldwell Warriors taking on the High Brighton Panthers and the Bunker Hill Bears. Is that Bunker Hill?
Yeah.
Okay. Taking on the
North Iredale Raiders.
You are good.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, you're so good. Why don't you read that right-hand side?
All right. We got Bessemer City going to Pine Lake Prep. Stuart Kramer will be traveling over to East Gaston. Ashbrook will be going to West Meck. Hunter Huss will be traveling to Central Cabarrus. Freedom will be coming down to Forest View. AC Reynolds will be going over to Alexander Central. Drawn will be at East Burke. Patton will be at Wilkes Central. Newton Conover will be at Hickory. Statesville will be at Lake Norman. South Iredale will be traveling to West Iredale. West Henderson will be at Polk County. East Henderson will be at Hendersonville. And Brevard will be going over the mountain to Asheville to take on the Cougars.
You got a list of this week's?
Yeah, that is this week.
No, that was last week's.
What do you mean?
Going to play Crest this week.
Oh, did I print off the wrong one for you?
Yeah.
Oh, it's the one on the screen, but I'll give you the one. Did y'all get those right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I managed with Shannon's help to
Gotcha.
beat those.
Must have printed off the wrong ones for those. So did you get them all through them all, Shannon?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do the highlights from last week then. This will be Chase at, Owen Warhorses at the Chase Trojans. The Warhorses didn't put up much of a war, Dennis.
Oh, they're pacifists.
All right, let's see if I hit the buttons right here. Can you tell what's going on?
The Game of Thrones or something?
Yeah. Wesleyan went up early 7-0. Mason Avery with a touchdown. Then Mason Avery 22 yards out. He's a beast, guys. Tough to bring down. Need a big kid. Need a couple of fellas. Jalen Lennox, 25-yard touchdown around the left side. He got missing for a touchdown. Made it 21-0 over the Ironman. Then a handoff up the middle. Jordan Truesdale. This time the quarterback keeper. My fault on that. The quarterback catches that one. And then, Coach, we learned that was a busted coverage on that one. They got the quick out for the touchdown. And Mason Avery makes it 42-0. And then the turnover here as the Rebels run it back. 48-0. Rebels take it to the house over the Cherville Ironman. Other game that we had, we're going to go over to, let's see. Got to find these games from last week. How about East Lincoln and Forest View? East Lincoln, dominant. And we're going to talk about them here in a little bit when we get to our Powerball. Tyler Mizell, 48-yard touchdown pass. He threw it about 4 yards, though.
You need to get to wave at the photographer.
We'll see him in just a little bit. Here's a deep, not a pass. Here's a punt return by Keandre Walker, 70-yard touchdown. I meant to ask David about that. I could have got David on the radio while he was in here. That was stupid. I'm sorry, David, if you're listening. I could have got you on the radio for a minute while you were here to talk about East Lincoln and West Lincoln tonight, Lincoln County football and how it's going while you're in the house. Apologize. Tyler Mizell, 21-yard touchdown pass here, left side. Couldn't get the number. Then the option, Christopher Daly scores from 4 yards out. And then Mizell with the run himself keeps it. Made it 33-0 East Lincoln. And then 40-0 on the handoff to the running back. Didn't get the number there with the lights. Those low lights. Then Mizell gets it out to a little pass out to the outside. I think that might have been Beam on that score. Then the pick six to end it for the Mustangs, 53-0 over the Forest View Jaguars. Next highlight, we're going to go over to Bessemer City where it was a shootout, to say the least, guys. 48-28. Yellow Jackets and Kramer firing it all over the field. Just pass. Just watch it. The balls were thrown everywhere. I like to see it for Bessemer. Just couldn't keep up with Kramer. Justin Rockmore, 70-yard touchdown pass. Right down the middle of the field. Split the safeties. That made it 7-0. Then Bessemer did get it there. I think this might be the only running touchdown in the highlights, guys. Terrence Smith, 7 yards. Bounces it to the outside for Jackets. Then Rockmore, he was just on fire. Tosses it up to the corner. Beautiful pass. Touchdown, Kramer. Rockmore from 42 yards out. This one, he throws it from the 50, though, guys. Watch this ball in the end zone. So he threw it about 52 yards there.
He's got a good arm.
20-6. Then they went 28-6. There's another 41-yard touchdown. This one only threw like 6 yards in the receiver. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great tackle on the Yellow Jacket. No stingers on that defense on that pass. Jameer Holmes, big fella, Shannon. 32-yard touchdown pass, finds a streaker down the side of Javante Duff for the touchdown. That made it 28-12, but then Kramer scores again, 35-12, and a little hitch pass. Jameer Holmes, another 11-yard touchdown pass to Randall Pettis. This one went to the outside. A real quick one, I believe, on this one. Get that cut right. Nope, this is the little slant they caught. That made it 35-20. And then Kramer pulls away another Rockmore 40-yard touchdown pass. If you watch the Yellow Jackets, you might want to throw it over the top right now. Now, Kramer didn't stop too many passes either. Let's say this. Here's Jameer Holmes again going deep down the sideline. Now, he's standing still throwing from his back foot, Shannon. I'm telling you, he's a big kid.
Aren't schools looking at him as, I don't know about grades, but I'm talking about athletic, just as pure athleticism.
I mean, he can play a bunch of different positions. Yeah. Depends on what you do with his body. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I remember seeing it on Twitter last year. I'm like, that guy make kids big. He's big.
He's kind of like Jack Hollifield playing quarterback. Yeah. Like, you know, he can probably play a bunch of different things, whatever you do with his body and stuff, and how that goes. All right, Dennis, now Cleveland County games next week, or last week. Bulldogs. No, we're going to do we'll do the Rockets first. We'll watch Max guess. How many yards did you say he had?
Got over 300. I don't know, like 306 maybe or something like that.
Big night.
Yeah.
He was explosive. He was fun to watch. He says peace out in one of these highlights, Shannon. I don't know if you saw that one. Shelby started off 7-0. Then it got bad. 10-7. AC runs on the pick six. Caro Skanes for touchdown. And here goes Guest for 70 yards. Just digging. 10th grader. Guest again for 67. This time, Shannon, he says peace to RJ.
Was it really?
Watch him. Watch him. Peace to our cameraman as he scores. For 70 yards.
What can I say?
Man, come on.
What? Here, you'll see it again, Shannon?
That's good.
We'll just keep showing that over. Peace. 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 From 67.
And in case you're wondering, that was 2 fingers.
That made it 20.
Yeah,
it wasn't the
2
one finger salute. Dalen Lee found the wide open Isaiah Bridges in the back of the end zone.
RJ should have tripped him.
Rockets with 11-yard touchdown run on this one. I didn't get his number for the name. Max Guest breaks through again for 51. And just, his legs never stop turning, do they, Dennis? I mean, Dennis and James.
No, and Wilbanks told me last week that Ace Reynolds was going to be better than Kings Mountain was that first week. And I guess he hit the nail on the head. They were good. And that's impressive, especially on the road.
Yeah. Well, they have come to Cleveland County before and played very tough. I remember them playing over at Crest one year and defeating Crest.
Yeah.
That was when Rico Dowdle was the quarterback over there. We beat them up there, I think, a few times. But they have a habit of not being afraid to come to Cleveland County and take on the best teams.
They are 4A school, so can't forget that. All right, here is the Bulldogs 35-12 win over the Chargers the night the lights went out in Bowling Springs.
They got turned out.
We'll start off with some hits. Shannon got a good one here on the. Got a couple of interceptions, a lot of picks in this game. Shannon, you were there.
Yeah, that's Brandon McCall there. And this was tip class. Look at that, Dennis.
Yeah, just like we drew it up.
Yeah. And Melvin, I think, from Burns got it. And this play right here, everybody thought he was in, but if you watch his left hand.
It touched out of bounds. You're right, right there, boom.
Sure did.
You and the referee are right there.
Well, I thought he got in. I was like, wait a minute.
When we watched the replay, you're right. His left hand touched out of bounds. And here's the interception.
That's a freshman Lyric Pettis right there.
Crack back illegal hit here. That.
Yeah. A.J. Adams looked this kid from Burns up. Just boom! Right there.
And got penalized.
He got penalized. He didn't get thrown out, but got penalized for the hit. But
he hit him in the shoulder back. He didn't hit him in the helmet.
Burns,
Hey, he didn't hit him in the helmet. That was probably the key to not getting penalized too bad. Husky starts off the score with a paddle pass to Green, and Green just beats everybody to the corner. Great little run there by Javarius.
And Crest has the lead at that point.
Yeah. Crest and Shelby both led in these games. Ryan Thompson 7-6. Burns, then Ben Mooney makes it 14-6.
And Ben had a great game. Let's give him credit.
Mooney to L.J. Allen. Beautiful pass right here up top. Allen.
Beautiful kick.
Safety bit on the post in the middle there, Dennis. That's where he didn't have the help on that one. Husky touchdown run to the right. Made it 12-28. Thought Crest might get back in this game, and then Bulldogs finish them off. Jeremiah Norris touchdown run up the middle. And then Shannon, the party started on the Lawndale side of Sid Bryson Stadium after this. And there's the Bulldogs fan.
that was an eerie feeling right there, Dennis. It really was.
And as a result of this game, Shannon, we have a new policy in the Cleveland County school system for all the schools regarding young children coming to the game unaccompanied.
8th grade and younger, you have to be accompanied by an adult.
Yes, and be supervised.
And if you get in trouble, the adults, the one you're supervised with will be the person that gets in trouble.
There you go. And that was necessitated because of some conflict that came between some of the Bulldogs and the Chargers. I'm assuming that those were people that either went to school there or had some loyalties to one school or the other. You never know. Yeah. But it was outside the perimeter of the game itself. Mm-hmm. So hence the new policy. Yeah. And I applaud the school system for setting down some firm rules. We need firm rules about a lot of things. What the coaches get paid, the broadcast rights and how much the games charge. And we just need it in black and white writing, and everybody knows what it is, and nobody gets upset.
Well, I'll tell you what, on the Burns side was where I was standing, and one thing Burns does, their fans are like incredible. I mean, they're really fired up. The student section was, but I don't know if it's a little boy or if it's a girl. I'm probably a girl that's maybe in the band or something, or in their student section. They've got like a speaker set up where I'm assuming like the band person can talk to the band, where they can communicate. And now you can't hear. I was probably 30 yards from them, and I could barely hear her on that speaker. But Crest would run a play, and then you'd hear her say, "Well, that didn't work." She'd say it in the speaker. I thought that was the funniest thing because it fired everybody up.
Yeah.
Of course, you couldn't hear it on the Crest side. There's no way they could have heard it. But I think stuff like that, if you just keep the sportsmanship side of it. I mean, maybe that may be pushing. I mean, not really. It's really not that. But keep the sportsmanship on the field. Obviously, we want that. But also keep your cool in the stands. Don't show your rear end up there because stuff like that. Now you've caused the whole county to basically, I don't want to say go into a lockdown mode, but it's going to change the way like people take their kids to the games. Can I let them walk to the concession by themselves? Am I going to have to walk with them now? It keeps the riffraff out of there, but still, it may not. I don't know, but it's a shame that happened. And it was like I said last week. I've never been a part of a game like that. Of course, when the lights go out, the timer or whatever it was, it went off. That's one thing, but that just added to the already chaotic scene that was already taking place off the field, out in the parking lot. And it was. And I commend the police department and the school system. They did a great job with everything. The Jeff Melton, Eric Crest, and Chris White at Burns, they were both out there.
Yeah.
David Pless was out there just to make sure everything was calm on the field. So commend the school system definitely for
and unlike some school systems, nobody got shot.
Yeah, nobody got no. And again, the deputies were there to calm everything down. But again, when that happened, like CJ was with a couple of his buddies, and of course they come over there. Every one of them had a different story of what happened.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, I know if those three kids have got a different story, what else is what about the other 500 that are over there? What are their stories? So, but again, it was a good game. It was a fun game to watch. The thing about Crest, Dennis, I know we'll talk about these games here in a minute, but about Burns and Crest. Burns has got a great football team.
Yes.
Crest has a young football team, and
yes, very young.
It's going to be interesting to see. Maybe not this year, next year, because Crest, I think, only have five.
Next.
Yeah, I think as we were leaving last Friday night, they got the banners on the fence for Crest. I think it's 5 seniors. That's all they got.
Yeah,
and they're going to be good next year. Crest
and the linemen fill out and grow up and get bigger and stronger. But I'd like to say this: congratulations to the Burns Bulldogs. People I know we have within the system in Cleveland County, Kings Mountain, Shelby, Burns, and Crest, and they're all cross-county rivals. But bottom line is, when it comes down to it, it's like fighting your brothers. We support these schools. We wish Burns to go get a state championship, Shelby a state championship, Kings Mountain to finally get a state championship.
Right.
Greg Lloyd is a good friend, a Crest guy, held the record over there for interceptions until Keenan Little came along and broke that before he went to the Naval Academy. But by and large, while there's a lot of smack talk amongst cousins and church members and all this, that, and the other, the bottom line comes down to most people in the county support at large these teams, particularly when they play somebody outside of the county. Lincoln County is probably the same way.
Yeah, because just talking about Lincoln County, you got West Lincoln. They're 2-0. Coach Sain's doing a great job up there.
Oh, East Lincoln.
And in East Lincoln with Coach Lubowitz. It's those two teams could actually, Cleveland County and Lincoln County could butt heads here in the playoffs. And I know it's looking ahead down the road, but you got to look. I know a lot of people in Cleveland County sort of get narrow-minded and say we're the best we're the best ever been, all this, but you got other schools like in Gaston County, Lincoln County, and
don't
you got
overlook
Chase
South
right now
Point.
in Rutherford County. Yeah, and it's It's going to be interesting to see this year how this year plays out, especially when we get to the playoffs because
and there's Chase over in Rutherford.
Yeah, Chase
County.
Rutherford
down
County.
the road. They could give Shelby or Burns all they want.
Oh yeah. So it's gonna be fun to watch, and especially once they get into conference play, and then we ain't even talked about Maiden. Maiden's up there. Thinking. I mean, I know they got beat by Watauga last week, but still, or
But Watauga's what 4A?
Yeah. But it's there's a lot of good football here in the western part of North Carolina, and I think that's proven each year. And so, I mean, last year just in 2A, your 4 teams were really in the West, and I know they had the top 4 teams in those last 2 weeks of the season or the playoffs. Those are your 4 best teams in the state in 2A, and they were all here in the West. And so it's the same in 3A. 1A, like I said, I mean, talk about Cherryville again when we did this a couple of weeks ago. I think Cherryville's got a good chance to make some noise here once they get past all this brutal first part of their schedule.
Yeah,
and especially going into the playoffs, I think they're going to do well. So,
but think about some of the statewide polls and look at how many teams are from the western part of the state.
Yeah.
Even though I hate to say this, the media tends to vote for everybody east of I-77, particularly around the Raleigh area. They think they're absolutely great. My response to that is, well, show me the championship trophies.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
They're all in the cases at Shelby and Crest and
exactly right. Yeah.
Burns and everybody else has got them, but maybe occasionally I have a lock or somebody.
All right, guys, let's take a break, JP. And when we come back, we'll do our top 10 and to start predicting this week's games on KTC Broadcasting. Witherspoon Insurance of Shelby, North Carolina pregame show on YouTube, 101.5 FM, 1390 AM, 92.9 FM, and 1590 AM here at KTCBroadcasting.com.
LJ. Kelly Trapuka.
Oh, Lord.
Robert Reed. Let's go back.
So I think it's better if I say it's the Witherspoon Insurance.
Kelly
Shelby
Trapuka.
with Kevin.
It's back when I had
Dennis,
season
and
tickets.
Shannon. They're
What's
back.
up, JP?
Not much. Not much.
You doing all right?
Yeah.
You ready for some Fats Cafe tonight?
Ooh.
Yeah.
What did you order tonight, sir?
I actually got what I got last week. However, I brought hot sauce and sour cream to make a dip for my burger.
Dude, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Speaking of
see.
dips,
He prepares.
Yeah.
This is his biggest part of his night, Shannon. Let him.
Hey,
let him have his
that's what
moment.
I'm talking about. That's good stuff. That's
Let
like
him have his one shining moment.
that's like the old women going to Hardee's and bringing their jellies, their homemade jellies for their biscuits.
oh yeah,
That's what
Delicious
I'm talking
jams and jellies.
I've taken a good steak sauce somewhere, but not.
well, what is it? Somebody I heard the other day. He always carries a little bottle of hot sauce with him. You know, when he goes to a
sauce,
restaurant,
Yeah, not me.
and then people want to borrow it.
about. Yeah.
It's like, bring your own hot sauce.
I do not want to borrow your whatever it is that you brought.
The
but
Texas Speed Hotter hot sauce.
yeah.
Well, last week, I want to pull this up in our power poll. The Burns Bulldogs started off the season number 1 in the power poll. Statesville 2, Hendersonville 3, Maiden 4, East Lincoln 5, East Kansas 6, Ashbrook 7, West Lincoln 8, Brevard 9, Crest 10. Then Statesville lost, Hendersonville lost, Maiden lost, East Kansas lost, Ashbrook lost, Brevard lost, and Crest lost. 5 of Shannon's top 10 lost last week, so it was a massacre in the top 10, Shannon, across the board for us. Okay. Then I'm going to pull up this week's after the movers and shakers. We've talked about the games last week and who won and who did what. Let me find there it is. So pulling up this week's new top 10. Number 20, Newton Conover with 0 power points. Crest 1-1. You guys got y'all sheets, by the way?
Yep.
Okay, go ahead and read
Yeah.
that one, then. Go ahead, Shannon. Read 20 through 16.
All right, so 20's Newton Conover with 0 power points. Crest at number 19. They have 1 power point. East Gaston at 18 with 1 power point. Lincoln 17 with 1 power point, and Bandy's at 16 with 1 power point.
All right, Dennis, next row.
Well, we have number 15, East Burke, with 1 power point. RS Central is number 14, and they have 2 power points. Hendersonville is number 13, and they have 2 power points. Hunter Huss is number 12, and they have 3 power points. And at number 11, we have Maiden with 3 power points.
All right, top 10. Statesville, they drop in the poll from 2 to number 10. Ashbrook drops from 7 to 9. They both got 3 power points. And then Chase with 3 power points gets the tiebreaker at number 8. They moved up from 17 to 8 with their victory last week. They've only given up 15 points on the season, 2-0. The Hickory Red Tornadoes, they get 4 power points last week with a big win and jump up to number 7 at 1-1 with 4. South Point, however, breaks the tiebreaker in West Lincoln with 4 apiece. But being 2-0, South Point gets the 6th spot. West Lincoln gets the number 5 in the power poll. The Rebels are at number 5. They're 2-0 with 4 power points. Only give up 14 points on the season. The Bunker Hill Bears last year went 11-1, I believe, or 10-1. Start off this year 2-0, 6 power points, give up 47 points. They lose the tie. 4 teams got 6 power points. Tiebreakers is your record. They're all 2-0, and then it goes to defensive points allowed. So Bunker Hill comes in 4th at 47. Kings Mountain comes in number 3 at 26. And Burns loses their throne from the first week. They give up 12 points to the Chargers, and they are now 2-0, 6 power points, minus 12, and now the number 1 team after 2 weeks in the power standings, East Lincoln, 6 points, 2-0. And let's look at how many they can get this week. East Lincoln, the number 1 spot, can get 2 points. Burns, if they win, would end up with 3 points. Kings Mountain can get 2. Bunker Hill 2. West Lincoln tonight can get 2 as well. So Burns with a victory can jump back in that number 1 spot tonight over Kings Mountain. We'll talk about that next week if they do, guys. So ready to start picking some games, fellers?
So Burns lost and dropped. Burns won and dropped.
Yeah.
Yes.
But Kevin says it will all balance out in the end.
What's your problem, Shannon?
I mean, East Lincoln beat Forest for you, right?
So did Burns.
And Shannon,
Middle school teams could beat Forest for you.
Shannon and I have to
And Burns-
confess, we don't really have anything to do with this poll. That's why you have Shannon's poll
Yeah.
Now,
as
I'm glad you
opposed
said
to
that.
the number cruncher poll that Kevin runs.
Let's see how far off Shannon. Well, Shannon 5 of his 10 lost last week, so this is just
but still.
still what?
I mean, I agree. Your top five, okay, let them be there. But
Okay, so then what's the issue?
so
What's your
in many
issue?
polls, you got Kings Mountain on one team in 3A. Period.
Well, it's not a poll; it's standings,
and
sir.
in many,
you know, like in
many
Major League
polls,
Baseball,
you got Burns number 2. You got Burns right. I mean, they're 2 in 2A. That's what they're. But yeah.
All right,
I'll
Shannon,
just leave that.
it's time for you to go up to the board.
Man, I don't. Let's do that next time. Not this. Let's do it after the break. So I will have to figure it out.
Have to figure it out.
Yeah, because
You just railed on how
a lot of
wrong
teams
ours
right
were,
there.
and now you don't want to.
Because there's not even some teams right there listed 1 through 15 that I think are in the top 10.
Who?
Who? What?
Who should be in the top 10 that's not in the top 15?
Well, you got Maiden. Okay, never mind. I was looking for Maiden. Okay.
Yeah, they're in there. I got
All right.
15 in there.
So, can you move them, or do I have to go up there and move them?
I can move them if you want me to. If
Yeah,
you don't
just do
feel like
that.
getting
I don't
up.
feel like getting
Oh
up.
my God,
Dude, I'm
hey,
built for comfort.
CJ,
I'm
come
built
here
for
and do
comfort,
something.
dude. I ain't built for speed.
I'm not built for speed. We're gonna get CJ to be our model as he coughs on everybody down the hallway. CJ, go up there, and when he tells you who's number 10, can you click and drag the shot?
Number 10. We're gonna start with 10 first.
Yeah.
Oh man, 10 West Lincoln. Go. So move West Lincoln West Lincoln, Chief.
Oh, Statesville.
There you
go.
10.
Good job, CJ. So we got CJ Allen in here on live on YouTube. Wave to the fans, CJ. Your
right.
camera's over here, the Cincy State camera. All right, CJ. Number
right.
9, Shannon.
Number 9 is going to be South Point.
South Point Red Raiders. That's up there. They're in the 6th spot on our poll. So CJ finds South Point, moves them on over for us.
All right. Now this one team. Now you don't have them on the board. And that's Crest Chargers, number 8.
Number 8, Crest Chargers. So we're just don't do anything.
Just leave out one, okay?
I can add it in a minute.
All right. Then number 7 will be. I don't know.
Statesville.
Yeah, let's do
Maiden.
Statesville. Yeah, do Statesville.
Hendersonville.
Statesville. Put
Bunker
Statesville at
Hill.
7. Put Statesville down there at 7.
Shannon's got Statesville at 7. All right, Shannon.
Check that. Move Statesville to 6. Put no, you got it. You got it. I'm sorry, I forgot about them. All right, then we're going to do. Let's see, Dennis, who you think's be 6?
Oh, this is your poll, Shannon. I don't want.
All right, Chase. Put Chase at 6.
I don't want any of this.
Now he's doing everything.
See, I told you.
And by the way, girls,
Chase
he
at
is
6.
single in case you're interested.
Yeah,
Both of them?
both of them. All right, so here, let's do the top 5. So the top 5. Let's see.
You got East Burns, Bunker Hill,
2, 3,
Kings Mountain, Ashbrook,
4.
Hickory, and Maiden, and Huss, and Hendersonville, RS Central, East Burr.
All right, CJ, take Statesville, put them at 5. Put them at 5. There you go.
This is a work in progress.
All right,
folks.
and then I can't put Hendersonville. They got beat. I'm not putting.
Who's your top 4?
All right, let's do 4. 7 and 8.
Go start
7
with
and 8.
1 if that'll
All right,
be easy
1.
for
Put
us.
Burns. Burns
He
is
wants
1.
Burns
Burns is
number
number 1.
So
Burns
Burns
is
for
1.
Shannon is number 1.
Maiden 2.
And then
Maiden
Maiden 2.
2.
This is Shannon Allen's top 10, CJ. Maiden 2.
Kings Mountain 3.
Kings Mountain 3.
Is this where you say the opinions are those of Shannon Allen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they do not reflect those of the management?
And then 4 will be East Lincoln.
East
Mustang.
Lincoln at 4.
Yeah.
All right.
There you go.
So who's going up in the 7th spot? You got Bunker Hill.
You got to have
You
West
got
Lincoln in
Hunter
there. somewhere.
Huff.
Yeah, West Lincoln's 10.
He's got West at 10 and Crest at 8. He's nobody at 7 right now. But Shannon's top 5 is the Bulldogs. Maiden 2, Kings Mountain 3, East Lincoln 4, and Statesville 5. And then
Well, I'll tell you this. I know they're 0-2, but Shelby's right there at 7.
Got Shelby at 7.
Yeah,
so
I'd go with that.
Yeah, Shelby at 7.
So no bias at all. 2 teams outside the top 15. Shannon's got them
Probably
in the
1
top,
and 2 after
the
tonight.
top 10. But
You didn't hear that from me.
Both of them be 1 and 2. One of them's gonna be. Both of them could be 1 and 2 after tonight. All right, CJ. Thank you for helping out. What a wonderful model you are. Wave to the ladies. Wave goodbye. No, he walks down the hall. He's a shy boy, but he's a cutie, folks. All right, Shannon, there's your top whatever. Let's start picking games. JP, I think it's time for another break. Let's take a break, and then we come back, we'll pick games. And, folks, we'll finish up the show here in the last 35, 40 minutes here, previewing the rest of these games here on KDCBroadcasting.com. Well, he wasn't quite ready for that, I guess. I'll get him set ready. Yeah, okay, I got you. What does that sound?
Flies buzzing or
Since 1986, Witherspoon Insurance Agency in Shelby has been serving families across Shelby and Cleveland County. And today, Wayne Witherspoon continues the tradition of bringing you the best insurance at the best possible price. With names like The Hartford, Safeco, Progressive, National General, and Travelers. Drop by the office today at 125 North Lafayette Street in Shelby and talk with one of their friendly hometown agents. Witherspoon Insurance Agency, your independent insurance agency since 1986. Since 1986, Witherspoon Insurance Agency in Shelby has been serving families across Shelby and Cleveland County. And today, Wayne Witherspoon continues the tradition of bringing you the best insurance at the best possible price. With names like The Hartford, Safeco, Progressive, National General, and Travelers. Drop by the office today at 125 North Lafayette Street in Shelby and talk with one of their friendly hometown agents. Witherspoon Insurance Agency, your independent insurance agency since 1986. Clean up with a stop at Falston Pharmacy in Falston, the Happy Pharmacy. The Falston Pharmacy has added a new household cleaning section. You'll find your favorite popular brand name cleaning items. And remember the Falston Pharmacy for all your prescription needs. And be sure to use the convenient drive-through window. They want to be your local hometown pharmacy. So don't worry, be happy with a stop at the Falston Pharmacy, Highway 18 North in Falston. Like them on Facebook too.
They do it all at All Ray Tire Center in Cherryville, Shelby, Forest City, and Morganton. All Ray Tire is locally owned and operated with over 25 years of experience. From an oil change to a tune-up to air conditioning and heater repair. Check your brakes too. And they carry all kinds of tires. Get a tire checkup today at your nearest All Ray Tire Center. East Main Street in Cherryville, West Main Street in Forest City, West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, and on Carbon City Road in Morganton. That's All Ray Tire Center. And now All Ray Tire has employment opportunities. Just drop by your nearest All Ray Tire location.
You've been asking for them, and now they're here. The new Aaron zero-turn mowers, now back in stock at Hojo Power Sports and Equipment in Shelby. And mention this radio ad and get a special radio discount on these mowers. And also, just in, the new Troy-built rear tine tillers. Make gardening a breeze with the new Troy-built. And again, mention this radio ad and get special radio discounts on your new Troy-built at Hojo Power Sports and Equipment. 110 Griggs Street off South Lafayette Street in Shelby. Online at hojopower.net.
If you are a Class A CDL driver, listen up. Auto Parts You Pull in Shelby and Lincoln, they've got a job for you. They are now in need of a Class A CDL driver for local runs. You'll be paid by the load. For more information, call Auto Parts You Pull at 704-472-4666. Again, 704-472-4666. Call today. Go to work tomorrow at Auto Parts You Pull. 1025 County Home Road in Shelby and 851 Car Farm Road in Lincoln. Like them on Facebook, too.
Before you throw away those unused medicines,
those pills for your back pain or migraines,
just think for a minute. When you throw them in the trash, they can become lethal in the wrong hands.
There are better ways to dispose of your unused meds.
There are lots of police stations, local pharmacies, and hospitals that are approved to take in unused meds
and dispose of them safely so they don't end up in the wrong hands. Our hands.
To find a medicine disposal site near you, visit www.safe.pharmacy, a public service message from the National Association of Boards of Pharmacy.
And welcome back to the Witherspoon Insurance of Shelby pregame show with Kevin, Dennis, and Shannon. get themselves on, and
It's like
once
the
Dennis and
lottery.
Shannon, I guess, get their ears on, because Kevin's the only one that
Excuse me,
seems to be
gentlemen.
listening to me.
I'm listening to you. The other two don't have their headsets on, so no,
That's-
they
that's-
don't. They haven't heard a
that's-
word you've said yet.
Yeah, I know they haven't. They don't
He was
really
serenading you guys. He was singing.
Who?
JP was in there singing some Sinatra to you guys. That's JP.
I thought
Stop.
somebody run over a cat
Yeah,
outside.
that's what it is. He's in there set on one. Could see him in there. Well, who are you, G.I. Joe this week? I ain't got my camera on you on this setup, so I can't show everybody. I just show you in the
I
morning.
just threw on what I had.
All right, tonight's broadcast, McDowell at East Rutherford, 107.5 FM, 1320 AM up in Rutherford County. Burns Bulldogs and Kings Mountain live on YouTube tonight. Live video on YouTube, as long as we get on the internet over there right. I think we should be all right over there at their press box. Shelby Golden Lions in Crest tonight. Going to be a big game, folks. Ton of people out there. Signal, can't guarantee everything out there tonight with how many people's going to be out there tonight. So I don't think they're hurting at the gate tonight, Dennis. Cherryville will be at Blacksburg tonight on WCSL 1590 AM 92.9 FM. And the Lincoln County game of the week is Fred T. Ford at West Lincoln. So let's get to the predicting for the guys. Bad predictions promise to go wrong.
Where you want to start?
We'll start in the bottom corner and work our way up. Brevard at Asheville. Who you got, guys? Winner, chicken dinner. Pick one. Flip a coin.
I gotta get my sheet, man.
Oh my goodness.
Gotta make sure this is right.
Shannon,
I probably
Sam.
didn't pick
Dennis,
that
who
one.
you got?
He researches this. Well, the Asheville Cougars are pretty good. Brevard Blue Devils are pretty good. I'm predicting, though, that the Brevard Blue Devils are going to win this one tonight.
All right.
And the score will be 28-14.
So Brevard's averaging 14, giving up 23. Asheville's averaging 13, giving up 19. So it's going to be a close game. I think Asheville's played tougher competition so far. So I got Asheville 21, Brevard 7.
All right. East Henderson at Hendersonville.
So East Henderson, they're averaging 28, giving up 29. Hendersonville's averaging 35, giving up 20. I'm going to go with East Henderson here. I think Hendersonville, since they got beat last week by West Henderson, that tells me something's wrong up there in Bearcat country. And so I think East Henderson's going for the win. It's going to be close. I think 28-27.
Do you want me to tell you last year's score before you?
It don't matter, man. I'm getting
It don't
That
matter.
was last year.
That's last year.
Dennis, do you want to know last year's score?
No, that was last year.
All right. Who you picking, Dennis?
Oh, I've got East Henderson by a score of 32-24.
All right, I'll go ahead and tell y'all. Y'all go ahead and put an asterisk next to that one for ones to make fun of y'all later.
Yeah.
Last year, Hendersonville won 55-8.
Yeah, they
What
had a
happened to their
quarterback.
coach, though?
Doesn't
Didn't
matter.
he go somewhere?
Quarterback.
55.
Quarterback's down at South Florida. The coach is over here in Crest. So
Yeah, 55
they
days.
still have Hezzy Ruder, so he's a running back.
What's the Crest coach's record right now?
1-2.
Well, what was his
1-1.
record at Thomas Jefferson?
Yeah, I don't know.
0-10.
Was it really?
Yeah.
All right, well,
But don't
good
tell
luck with that.
Don't tell anybody that.
Good luck with that pick, guys, is all I was saying. Next up, South Iredale has been on a roll against West Iredale, who has not been on a roll. Anybody picking West?
Hold on a minute. You skipped one.
Yeah, you skipped West Henderson.
West Henderson
Oak
and
County.
And yeah.
Did that ruin your mojo?
It did.
Was you
Well,
prepared?
I was prepared.
Coach Hollis is real upset. He's
Hey, but seriously, West Henderson, they're averaging 50 points a game.
Yeah, they've played well.
Yeah, they've done well. Polk County's averaging 25, but they're giving up 33. Lucas Cachilio's the West Henderson quarterback. He's averaging 282 in the air, has 7 touchdowns with 2 picks. I'm going with West Henderson going down to Polk County. I think West Henderson wins 49-14. Who you got, Dennis?
Oh, you ready?
Yep.
I'm going with West Henderson, too, and I'm going with 42-14 over Polk County. Sorry, Coach Hollis.
Last year, Polk County 26-14 over West Henderson.
That was last year, Kevin.
South Iredale.
That's why we have a scoreboard show. So we
At
talk
West
about
Iredale.
this year.
Just mark those two next to each other if y'all want to with asterisks.
That's fine. They're right there together.
Shannon has a problem with that bottom right quadrant, that west region of the NCAA tournament. All right, South Iredale, West Iredale. Anybody got the Warriors put off the upset?
No, that game was over last week. It's been over for a while. South Iredale, they're averaging 36 points a game on offense, giving up 10. West Iredale's only averaging 3 points a game, and they're giving up 50. So I think South Iredale will move to 3-0, 63-0.
63.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's
well,
over.
Those boys are going to be tired. They're going to be playing the fourth string. So I'm only going 48. And let's give West Iredale their 3 points they're averaging.
Could get that field goal in there.
Yeah.
All right, Statesville, who is 2-0 right now, according to this thing.
They're 1-1.
I know. Why has Max Preps got them at one? They got them that they
It's
beat
Max
South
Preps.
Iredale.
What do they
That's
do?
how awful they are. Jeez, I can't even do this with them anymore.
Max Preps needs to tune in here to the Witherspoon.
Yeah, they really do. Well, they're so Statesville again is at Lake Norman. Looking at the schedule, they did not play last year, so I can't give you anything on that.
So the thing about Lake Norman is they are averaging 49 a game. They have not given up a single point this year. So I like them at home over Statesville, 28-7 final score.
Ooh, you're going to give Statesville 7.
Yes.
I'm going to give them 14, and I'm going to give the Lake Norman Wildcats 32.
All right, Newton Conover goes to the Hickory Red Tornadoes tonight. They did not play last year. Red Tornadoes are higher up in our power poll, if that gives you any idea on that one.
Yeah, well, Hickory comes in averaging 35, giving up 30. This is a rivalry game up there in what county is that? I don't forget. Catawba County. But Newton Conover quarterback is Aiden Lugenholt. He's averaging 152 yards in the air.
Of traditional
his main target's Kamarion Miller, who's averaging
faster
just under
hydration
100.
than water alone.
But I think Hickory is, again, you don't know what's going to happen. I think Hickory's a stronger team. I think Hickory wins 35-28.
Wow. I don't think it's quite that high scoring. I think it's going to be Newton Conover 14, Hickory 28.
All right, Patton up at Wilkes Central tonight. Wilkes has had a big week this week. I don't know if anybody's still ready.
The sun drop.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody's still ready to watch a football game or play football tonight after the big week of racing up there.
Dale Jr. finished third, but his car won.
Patton Panthers at Wilkes Central, Dennis.
Wilkes Central and Patton. Well, like you said, it's been a big week in Wilkes Central. I'm going to have to go with Wilkes Central over Patton by a score of 21-14.
Okay.
I think Wilkes wins. I've got it 28-7.
I've got Wilkes 34-8 over Patton. Is my prediction. They played last night, and that was the final.
Oh. Thomas Jefferson played last night, too.
Yeah.
I just pulled it up. So write that down on your scores, guys. Wilkes Central wins 34-8 last night over Patton already. Next game up on the board, drawn at East Burke tonight. Now, that is playing tonight.
That is tonight.
Yes.
All right, so Drone comes in averaging 43 points a game. They're only allowing 8 points on defense. So
they started off hot.
Yeah, they beat Thomas Jefferson week 1 and Patton in week 2. So they really hadn't had that much. I mean, I'm not going to say competition, but it's really not been. East Burke, they've defeated Patton in week 1, but then they beat Freedom last week 33-20. So I'm going to pick East Burke in this one. It'll be another rivalry game up there and in Caldwell County, but I think not Caldwell County, Burke County.
There you go.
Yeah.
And so I think East Burke wins 28-21 over Drone.
Drone last year 6-6, East Burke 3-6. They did not play each other.
They didn't play last year?
Nope.
Wow.
Well, I'm going with Shannon on the East Burke Cavaliers 33, the Drone Wildcats 18.
All right. AC Reynolds travels to Alexander Central, the Rockets and the Cougars. After the Rockets took care of Shelby last night, will they do the same to the Cougars tonight, Shannon?
Yeah, I think this will be one of the better games in the state. AC comes in averaging 41 a game, giving up 10. They're led by Hayden Craig, their quarterback, and also running back. We talked about him a while ago, Max Guest. It was 302 yards he had against Shelby with 4 touchdowns. Alexander Central comes in 25 points per game. They're giving up 11. Their quarterback is Tanner Moore, running back Logan Shoemaker. Now both these teams are going to run the ball, so the game will be over quick. And but I think Reynolds, I think that win last week, I think that's going to propel them into the season, because that was a big win. That was a big win for them on the road. And I think they win 28-24 over Alexander.
Reynolds won last year 24-7.
Yeah, I think they win 28-24 this year.
Well, I think that momentum's going to be a little bigger than you think, Shannon. I've got the AC Reynolds Rockets going off 44-28 over Alexander Central.
All right, over in South Gastonia tonight, the Forest View Jaguars host the Freedom Patriots. Freedom lost to Crest, but beat East Burke 33-20 last week. Forest View still looking for their first win. Forest View still looking for their first points on the season here, Shannon, in week 3. They're 0-95.
Forest View is, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Freedom comes in scoring 27, getting up 30. They played Crest first game of the season, and Chargers hung 40 on them. Now Forest View, like you said, they hadn't scored a single point first 2 weeks. Burns shut them out. Now they've played. Now let's put a asterisk here if you want to. They've played Burns and East Lincoln, probably two of the better teams here in the West. We talked about them a while ago. So you got to give them the benefit of the doubt. But I just don't think they're a really good football team right now. They just don't have that 1-2 punch that they're looking for. So I think Freedom goes down and beats Forest View. I got 28-7. I do think they'll score 28-7.
Shannon, Dennis, we got a blowout like Shannon. You got a barn burner down in Gastonia.
Well, I think the Forest View Jaguars carry on their tradition here, and I've got Freedom 21-0 over Forest View.
Dennis turns the knife in them, Shannon. Huss at Central Cabarrus tonight. Central Cabarrus 0-2. Huss 1-1. Huss beat Highbright last week 49-42. Lost to 4A Hickory Ridge from Harrisburg 45-0. Central Cabarrus so far this season 0-2 has lost to Mount Pleasant and Robinson. Score 21, give up 64.
Yep, I think if Huss, that first week, maybe I didn't give enough credit. I think they'll easily go to 2-1 this week. I got them winning 35-14 over Central Cabarrus. Because again, Central Cabarrus County is like it is up in Burke County. They've got too many schools to have a competitive team out
water
there,
it down.
Yeah.
All right, Dennis, what you got?
Well, I've got Hunter Huss beating Central Cabarrus 24-21. And good to see the Huskies get a victory here.
Ashbrook 1-1 on the season. They've beat Concord Spiders 46-12 and lost to TC 12-0. They go to West Meck this week, who's 2-0 themselves. West Meck so far scored 82, give up 13. They beat Palisades of Charlotte, whatever that is, and Berry.
New school. And
Berry Academy of Charlotte. So now they play a real school, Ashbrook Green Wave, this week. Real school, just mess with you.
Yeah, well, West Meck comes in. Their quarterback is Cam Walkup. He's averaging 144 yards a game with 4 touchdowns. And Isaiah McDonald, he's averaging just over 100 yards per game. So they've got a good combination there with those two. Ashbrook, you don't know how good Concord was after that first week, and then they get shut out at home last week. So I'm going with West Meck here. I think they're going to be too strong, and I like them at home 28-14 over Ashbrook.
All right, Dennis.
I've got West Meck with 24 and Ashbrook with 7.
Stuart Kramer at East Gaston. Kramer put up a good bit on Bestman last week in the air. East Gaston in this conference, they lost their main running back last year, but still got some good players. Shannon, what's your spread here on this game?
Well, Stuart Kramer, they're averaging 41, but they're giving up 37. So they're one of those teams that can't stop anybody, but they can definitely put points on the board. Justin Rockmore, the quarterback, 304 in the air with 10 touchdowns. He has 5 interceptions, though. East Gaston, we all know about them with Trent Sherrill, quarterback from last year. He's averaging 103 yards this year. But one thing's for certain, Dennis, East Gaston's not the same team offensively that they were last year. Stuart Kramer should win this one easily, 35-21.
I've got this one a little bit tighter because of Rockmore. And I've got East Gaston winning 28-24.
Vesper City over at Pine Lake Prep tonight in Mooresville. Yellow Jackets 0-2, scored 34, give up 100. Pine Lake Prep's 1-0 since they've, changed divisions and everything. I really don't know too much about them. They beat Thomas Jefferson only 21-0 last week. So Yellow Jackets may have something at home for Pine Lake. It says at home on Max Preps. I had it opposite.
I thought it was a Pine Lake Prep.
So I'm not sure where it's at. We'll check on that later. I'll ask Brian here in just a second, make sure. But anyway, Pine Lake Prep and Bessemer City tonight.
So Pine Lake Prep beating Thomas Jefferson last week, but this week's going to be a lot different. Bessemer City's going to be more physical. They're going to be a tougher opponent. And I think behind Jameer Holmes, again, he's a good-looking athlete. I think they're going to win with him. I got them winning, Bessemer City winning 21-14. But the problem with Holmes is he's already thrown 5 interceptions. So he has to get that down pat. I think they win tonight.
Well, I've got Pine Lake Prep squeaking this one out 24-21 over Bessemer City Yellow Jackets.
Bunker Hill goes to North Iredell tonight. Bunker Hill is number 4 in our power poll. North Iredell is not. They're way down on the bottom. Big win tonight for Bunker Hill, Shannon and Dennis.
Yeah, I think so because North Iredell is only averaging 3 points a game. Bunker Hill 49, North Iredell 0.
Ooh, well, I'm close. I got Bunker Hill 48 and North Iredell 3.
High Brighton 0-2 host West Caldwell tonight. Who's 0-2? Somebody get a win tonight, Dennis and Shannon?
It won't be the people at the game. It's West Caldwell taking it on the chin tonight. High Brighton 14, West Caldwell 7.
High Brighton won last year 39-25, Shannon.
Yeah, I think High Brighton will win tonight. It's a rivalry game up there in Caldwell County, but I think High Brighton wins 28-27.
St. Stephen's at Shannon's number 2 team, the Maiden Blue Devils. No upset for Shannon probably tonight, right?
I don't know yet.
Did I skip you, Dennis?
No, that's fine. You go right ahead.
No. St. Stephen's, they're averaging 19, giving up 23. Quarterback Peyton Young, averaging 138 yards a game. But Maiden, they're averaging 35, giving up 15. Quarterback Wesley Thompson, and then their big wide receiver Chris Culliver. That's going to be the main show up there. If St. Stephen's wins this game, Maiden's not as good as people think they are. So I think Maiden will win this ball game. I got them 49-14 over St. Stephen's.
I've got Maiden 36-21 over St. Stephen's.
Highland Tech Rams, the Rambling Wreck, right up the road to Carver last year. Carver won 26-21 in Gastonia. This time it's in Winston-Salem. Who you got? Does the Rambling Wreck? One of them's got to win. Neither one of them's won yet so far this year.
Well, I think this could be the upset alert here. Highland Tech's averaging 14, giving up 37. Carver has not scored a single point.
Right.
Giving up 27. Northmore and Atkins are the 2 teams that beat Carver, both winning 27-0. So I'm going to go with Highland Tech. I think they go to Winston and pull out the win 20-6 over Carver.
Well, I've got it 21-14 Highland Tech.
All right. Thomas Jefferson lost last night 38-14 to Community School of Davidson. RS Central at South Point tonight. Now, remember, RS Central beat South Point just a year or two ago. I can't remember exactly what year it was, but
even that spring season.
Yes.
Yeah. So Central's put up some great numbers the past 2 seasons. They're led by quarterback Trey Shearer, who's I think from Bandy's. That's where he's originally. Guess where he started playing. He's averaging over 100 yards in the air, but that's the work is done on the ground. Malachi Costin. He's averaging 118 yards. They're averaging offensively 40 points a game. They're giving up 38. So our Central is another team. They can score, but they can't stop anybody. South Point, their the 3-headed monster, Elijah Pfeiffer, Cam Medlock, Patrick Blee. That's going to be hard to handle. I think RS will score in this game, but I think South Point will just be too tough at home. I got it 10 points. South Point 38, RS 28.
Well, South Point is the second best team in their conference, and I have them beating the RS Central Hilltoppers tonight, 42-14.
Chase at North Gaston tonight. Trojans invade Gaston County. The Trojans win big over a 3A team, or is it a close game here, Shannon?
No, they'll win big. They've got too much firepower. North Gaston they just don't have it this year. Chase Turner McSwain, their quarterback, running back Marquise McCombs. He hadn't really had to do much this year like he did last year because they've got a good quarterback out there that can spread the ball around. I think the game last year, what was the score? Was it like 21? What'd you say? Did you mention the score last year? I know it was closer.
Chase North Carolina. I did not.
I think it was like 21-6 or something like. I remember that, but I think Chase wins this one 56-0.
Well, I've got it a little better. I've got Chase 48 and North Gaston 6.
48-6 for Dennis. Real quick, last year Chase won 34-26.
Yeah, 34-26. It was close.
Excuse me. Next up is McDowell at East Rutherford.
McDowell averaging 28, giving up 35. East Rutherford's averaging 7, giving up 50. I think McDowell wins 56-6 over East.
I've got it a little closer than that because East Rutherford is tired of, getting kicked, and McDowell needs to win. They did win the first game of the year, so I've got the McDowell Titans 28-14 over the East Rutherford Cavaliers.
They got 2 running backs that's averaging over 100 yards a game.
Yep.
McDowell does, so it's a ground game.
Yeah.
All right, East Lincoln at Lincolnton tonight. The Mustangs, number 1 team on our power poll, come into Lincoln Town right down the road.
I think this game will be one of the better games in the West tonight. Quarterback for East Lincoln, Tyler Mizell, averaging 219 with 7 touchdowns. Keandre Walker, Markel Clark, and Jackson Beam are his targets. When East Lincoln runs the ball, Christopher Daly and Mizell handles those duties. Dennis, East Lincoln's averaging 48, giving up 4 points. Now, Lincolnton, quarterback Andre Boast is averaging 127 yards each game. His main targets are Andrew Phillips and Anthony Odom. And Kimoni Heath on the ground handles the rushing duties. I think Lincolnton, it'll be a better game this year, but East Lincoln's just better overall. So I think East Lincoln goes into Lincolnton wins. I got 49-21 over Lincoln.
Okay, we're thinking similar thoughts here. I have East Lincoln with a dominant game, 48 to the Lincoln Wolves 14.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna skip over one for just a minute. North Lincoln at Northwest Cabarrus. Tonight, the Knights will go up to face the Trojans.
So North Lincoln, they got off to a rocky start, and they're looking to find a win, some type of win this week. They're averaging 16 points a game, giving up 27. Connor Carson's their quarterback. Running back's Cody Morse. Northwest Cabarrus comes in averaging 20, giving up 29. I think it'll be hard for North Lincoln to win this one. I think they're really struggling. And I got Northwest Cabarrus winning 28-10 over North Lincoln.
Well, I'm going with you on this one. Northwest Cabarrus 24, North Lincoln Knights 14.
Last year, the Knights won 54-40 in that matchup. All right, Lincoln County Game of the Week. David Potter and Jason Sane. Ford at West Lincoln. The Battle of Hawk Hill, live audio only on KTC Broadcasting YouTube. Apparently, couldn't get the plugged-in internet working over there, so we're going to be going off the wireless tonight over in West Lincoln. Hopefully everything will be okay. But Ford will be at West Lincoln tonight. Who's going to win the Battle of Hawk Hill tonight? West Lincoln stay undefeated, Shannon?
Yeah, I mean, they're coming in one of the hottest teams in the West. I mean, they're averaging 40, only giving up 7 points a game. Running back Mason Avery, that's their main target or main guy. He's averaging 150 yards on the ground with 7 touchdowns. And again, another tough matchup for Ford. And it's just going to be a struggle tonight. I think West Lincoln wins this one 56-0.
Well, I'm not quite as generous as you, but I have West Lincoln with 52 and Fred T. Ford with 10.
All right. Cherryville goes to South Carolina tonight. Ironman and Wildcats of Blacksburg. Blacksburg 0-2, lost 41-6 to Buford, and lost 35-7 to St. Joseph Catholic. So Ironman 1-1. They shut out Avery County 14-0, and then got shut out 48-0 by West Lincoln. Shannon, Ironman, do they pull off a cross-state line victory tonight?
Yeah, I think they got a good chance. They played West Lincoln last week. You just mentioned a very physical team. Even though they took the loss, Dennis, I think when you play somebody good one week, it makes you better for the next, barring any injuries or nothing. Cherryville, they're only averaging 7 points a game. They're giving up 24. Blackburg, similar. They're averaging 6, giving up 38. I think Cherryville goes down to Blacksburg and wins 28-14.
Well, it's said in the past that if you're not feeling too good, you go down to Blacksburg and you'll find something that'll make you feel a little better. Gosh. And Cherryville's going to feel real good tonight with a 34-10 win over the Blacksburg Wildcats.
Dennis, you are not supposed to stick fireworks there. Going to Cleveland County tonight. Are either one of y'all going to pick these, or y'all going to mess?
Yeah, I'll pick it.
I'm not. I'll talk about it. I ain't gonna pick it.
Shannon, he's in a situation where it's a conflict of interest, but I'm going to predict this one, and I hate to do so, but I'm going to pick the Shelby Golden Lions to win tonight. I think it's going to be a situation where the Lions come out with their claws sharpened and they're ready to go. The Chargers are a little young and green. No pun intended there, Willie. Shelby Golden Lions tonight are going to get 34 points on the Chargers, but the Chargers are going to get 24 points on the Lions.
And one thing about this stands out for me, this game is going to be the wide receivers from each team. Both of them have three very good wide receivers, and I think that's going to be a great just to watch these kids play. Jakeith Hamilton for Shelby, Isaiah Bridges, and Eli Falls. And then for Crest, you got Javarius Green, Brandon McCall. You also have Tajay Borders, and then Malachi Addison. Malachi Addison was a kid that hurt his shoulder last year and had surgery on it. He's trying to. Well, he's back, but he's trying to get that edge because he was a weapon that Crest had last year, and once he gets back full strength, he's going to be dangerous. And then AJ Adams, as well on defense, another kid that has an edge. I think that's going to help the Chargers. And all those kids are juniors, except McCall. He's a senior, but again, Crest has only got 5 seniors, I think, on the team. If you want to see good quarterback play from Shelby, Dalen Lee, I think him and Mooney are probably from Burns are the 2 top quarterbacks around here. And but yeah, it's going to be a great game over there tonight. I think you mentioned, will Shelby go 0-3? I think that's one thing that a lot of people's worried about, saying, can that really happen? But again, you never know. The games like this, it could be a 14-13 game, or it could be a 50-12 game. You never know. So it'll be a good ball game tonight, though, over at Crest.
But the halftime drawing will be $195,470, and I've got the winning ticket, so I won't be here next week.
There you go.
If I win.
But think about these two: a tough schedule, early schedule, always pays off in November. So both teams, a lot of teams, every team remember that. So that's one thing you put in your pocket. So that's that game. Then the next one, Dennis.
All right, now that was the least important exhibition game in Cleveland County this week. Now we're going to go to the most important exhibition game in Cleveland County this week, right?
And it's covered by KTC Broadcasting on YouTube.
Yes, hopefully, as long as all the internet works over at Kings Mountain. It's already not working at West Lincoln, so good luck with that one. Burns at Kings Mountain tonight should be plugged in. Have a big game, live video. We'll get to watch it here in the studios tonight. Dennis, let you guys bloviate on this game. What you guys got? Bulldogs and Mountaineers.
So Burns comes in averaging 39, giving up 6. I've seen them play twice, Dennis, and they are extremely good. Burns is a really good football team. Mentioned this kid a while ago, Ben Mooney. He's averaging 270 yards in each game with 6 touchdowns with 2 interceptions. He's got receivers too. Kamari Surratt, Graham Warlick, Ron Thompson, and L.J. Allen and Jeremiah Norris is their running back, just averaging under 100 yards. A friend of mine sending me a text. Kings Mountain, though, Lamont Littlejohn, he's their quarterback. I didn't, I don't want to leave him out, or even Atavius Husky at Crest as far as those two go. But Lamont Littlejohn, I think, has opened some eyes this year. And I know this is the 3rd week. So he's got Kings Mountain, like I mentioned a while ago, in some polls, they're the number 1 team in 3A right now.
Yes, I've seen that ranking.
Yeah. And
based on paper, I think you could probably justify that because of who they've played and what they've done.
Yeah, they beat a good Shelby team, beat a good Asheville team. And so Lamont Littlejohn, the 3rd, he's averaging 145 yards in the air, 5 touchdowns with 2 interceptions. Now, his main targets are Bryson Brown and Jaqueline Sanders, but I think Kings Mountain's strength, whereas Burns, Crest, and Shelby, their strength is their passing game. Kings Mountain's strength, I think, their running game, because they can ground it out and they can play, clock management, whatever, ball control, whatever you want to call it. They have a very powerful running game with Caleb Holland, Teddy Jeffries, and then the Richardson kid, the big lineman they put back there as well. And so I think that's their main defense, I guess you could say, is their offense. They just keep the other team off the field. So, but Burns is athletic, and Kings Mountain's big, so it's going to be a great game down in Kings Mountain.
Well, I just wonder how many times tonight you'll hear Jay Rhodes up in the press box hollering, and that's another Mountaineer first down. You know.
Oh yeah.
However, I think he's going to have to say occasionally, and that's another touchdown pass for Mooney. And as a result of that, hold on.
Yeah.
The Royster boys are going to be happy tonight.
Uh-oh.
I've got the Burns Bulldogs 54, the Kings Mountain Mountaineers 48.
Oh, wow. You got a close game. Okay. That's a lot of points scored. And the thing about, I think Lamont Littlejohn's a junior, or excuse me, he's a senior. Dalen Lee's a senior. But Ben Mooney and Latavius Husky for Burns and Crest are both juniors, so they'll both be back next year, you know, as far as quarterback play. So, but yeah, good luck to those teams and all of them. It's going to be it'll be a fun night of football again. And then we got one more week before conference. Is that right?
Yeah.
Is that how it's rolling? Okay.
And you can tune in tonight right after the final scores of the games and listen to all the scores of all these games. And if you can't tune in, I keep telling people on my Facebook page, just say, anybody got the score for such and such? Anybody got the score for such and such? Yeah. All you got to do, people, is go to ktc.com. Thanks to Kevin, you'll have this nice scoreboard that you see up over here posted on that homepage with the final scores of all the games that you need or want to know about.
How do you want people to on Twitter, Kevin? How do you want people, if they do a video, to
just tag us? KTC Broadcasting or KTC Sports.
Okay.
At What's Up Shopper, either one of those three is
and we have the Red Zone, Kevin, which you'll be showing some of those highlights.
I would love some highlights of the bands, folks. We like to put them and we'll use them as our background music when we do some of the show and stuff. So we like using that if anybody wants to.
And if you're running down the sidelines with a 70-yard touchdown pass, be sure and as you go by, throw the peace sign to our photographers.
All right, let's see. JP, Calvin, y'all about ready in there? They're ready. All right, I'm going to play us away here online. We're going out to the stadiums for the pregame shows from the stadiums, and Red Zone channel will start up at 7:30 here in just a few minutes. We'll play it away here on thank you for watching and listening to the Witherspoon Insurance of Shelby pregame show on ktcbroadcasting.com.
Since 1986, Witherspoon Insurance Agency in Shelby has been serving families across Shelby and Cleveland County. And today, Wayne Witherspoon continues the tradition of bringing you the best insurance at the best possible price. With names like The Hartford, Safeco, Progressive, National General, and Travelers. Drop by the office today at 125 North Lafayette Street in Shelby and talk with one of their friendly hometown agents. Witherspoon Insurance Agency, your independent insurance agency since 1986.
Have you ever wanted to take up the game of golf but really didn't know how to get started? Well, I've got the solution. All you have to do is